Oh, here you are again. How did you guys get in my living room again? I don't know. We got to stop meeting like this. We got to stop meeting like this. I was just reading some of my favorite back issues, Uncanny X-Men 173, but that's not what the. I forgot about this video. I don't know how this video camera keeps malfunctioning, and like here you are. You guys just show up unannounced. I don't know what. I mean, I don't know what you expect me to do about it, but okay. Today, this is a special episode. This is going to be in the series titled Origin Stories. Everybody knows what an origin story is. Like Bruce Wayne became Batman because his parents were murdered in front of him when he was a child. Superman was the last son of Krypton. Wolverine had healing abilities, and he was tested on by the government, and they put adamantium in his skeleton. Stuff like that. Captain America frozen in ice. He was a scrawny little guy. Speaking of Captain America, Anyway, all that stuff. But this is one of my origin stories about how my love of comics started. I grew up in the '80s. I was born in the late '70s, and I grew up in the '80s and the early '90s. I was in high school then. Well, anyway, my dad was in the National Guard. He was in the United States Marine Corps. He was a Vietnam veteran. In fact, for show and tell, I got a little show and tell for everybody too. This is my dad's dog tag from Vietnam, Southeast Asia, when he was in the Marines. You can see. Can you read it? Okay, I think that's good. And if you look in the indentations, like even here, there's still dirt from Vietnam on this dog tag. He even still has his old jungle boots somewhere. I was going to get him bronze, but anyway. So then, after he got out of the Marine Corps, he came back. He was okay. He came home. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell you some sad story like William Dafoe with his arms stretched out, getting shot at by the Viet Cong. No. He made it back, and then he signed up for the National Guard. He was in the National Guard for 20 years and retired for the National Guard. And so not only was he a Marine, he was in the National Guard. So I mean, you can't beat that. But anyway, when I was little, he was in the National Guard, like I said. And every I don't know if anybody's familiar with the National Guard, but in the National Guard, 2 weeks a year, you have to go on maneuvers somewhere. Like my dad had been to Germany, Scotland, California, Texas, Georgia, and like if he was going, they would go to the base for about 2 weeks before you have to come home, before you could come home. And of course, if anybody's familiar with military bases, they know they all have a PX, and they used to carry comic books in the PX. If there's any veterans out there, anybody that knows, do they still do that, or do they even have comic books like that anymore at PXs? But anyway, they did back then. There's a whole other story about that, about how Mark Jewelers used to put inserts into the comics that were the PX. I don't have any of those right now. I did order a couple the other day. They're not here today. Maybe you stay tuned for one of my unboxing in my mail call series, and I'll show you some of the Mark Jewelers I won in a claim sale here on YouTube. Anyway, so he would come back and he'd bring me comic books. And not all my comic books when I was a kid survived, as I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that if you were like me. I loved my toys and my comics, and I read them to death. I didn't know anything about bagging and boarding comics. Oh, you mean these things are going to be worth something? We call them funny books. And now some of them are expensive paper. But anyway, I got some that are kind of beat up, but these are a few. I'm pretty sure these are some of the ones that my dad brought home to me from one of his 2 weeks a year when he was gone to one of the bases. I don't know. He'd been to Fort Benning, Fort Bragg, places in California. Like I said, he even went to Scotland. But anyway, so like this one here, this is these are just quick examples. I'm not bragging. It's not like expensive comic books. They're in rough shape, as you're going to see. But just a few examples of that. And he would bring up stuff like this right here, Star Trek. See? Okay. Star Trek. Another Star Trek that says, "A Day in the Life of Star Trek" ends in red alert. This is from June of '86. 75 Center, issue 75. These are old. You can tell, look, They've been loved. Some people are going to cry when they see some of them because some of them are key issues. I think a few of them are. I mean, I don't know if these are, but I had like the first appearance of the Dinobots from Transformers. It's trashed. It's sad. And we got, of course, one of my loves is always the G.I. Joe. We'll get more into G.I. Joe in a minute. Talk about that, but look side by side with Destro. We got Lady J, Flint on the cover, and it's been up. And it's a mess, but I love my comics. Like I said, the page is still white. Look here at this. It's a fruit. Is that a fruit stop? No. Gum Dinger. Brock's Gum Dinger. Look at this. I love the old ads in here. And let's see if we can find another cool ad. Oh, like they used to have these in the back. But yeah. And some of the art on here, like, pretty great. Back in the day. Let's see let me find who drew this one. My eyes are pretty bad, so you'll have to overlook me. Maybe they're not on the, okay. Anyway, we got some more that are in worse shape than that. Cover's falling off of this one. This is G.I. Joe 58. But this is another one he brought me. Then we got this one. Sergeant Rock. He always brought back some Army stuff. He knew I like Army stuff, military stuff. And this one, I'll show this one because it kind of sums up what I'm talking about today. This is from Charlton Comics. It's the Fighting Marines number 170. So, yeah, that's what he brought back with me. And then, like, they're all trash pretty much. But we got Superman, Dial H for Hero. I guess it's like a team up. They're all in rough shape. I like the monogram ad on the back. I always like looking at the old ads, so I can stay in the camera shot there. See if we can find another old ad to show you. Oh, remember this? You get your sea monkeys out of the comic book if you wanted them. They ordered you to sell magazine subscriptions. You got the Nom. Probably saw me reading one of those in an earlier video. We got the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, number 21. And on the back, as the cover is shot, as you can see, it's bent. But let me straighten it out so I can show you this ad on the back for the Star Wars arcade game. I think for the Atari. I think it is. See it? There we go. And there was another ad in the back. It's always got get a bonus certificate from Marvel. It's got, like, I guess you got She-Hulk over with a stack of comics. Anyway, that's just a short thing, but that started my love, man. He would bring stuff home to me, and I started getting interested in it. And so I'll show the rest of you guys out there on YouTube land some more that I've been collecting because I'm on a quest. And stay tuned for that series. It's called Matt's Quest to collect all 155 issues of the Marvel comic G.I. Joe run from the 80s and 90s. I put a little bit in it, but I still got a long way to go. I'm going to share some of those with you tonight. For today, we got G.I. Joe issue 11. Then we got G.I. Joe issue 12. Like Stalker's jumping overboard to avoid that RPG or something. Can you see that? It's pretty cool art. Of course, Larry Hama wrote the bulk of these. Then we got G.I. Joe issue 13. I love these covers. I collected the toys. I love the toys. I had the G.I. Joe base and the aircraft carrier. They're all gone. That's another story. That's a tale for another day why they're all gone. But it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now. And this one's actually a key. This is issue 15, G.I. Joe. And it is the first appearance of a guy named Major Blood. Remember that guy or not? He was he was a mercenary that helped Cobra out a lot. And this next one is issue 27. It is the first Timberwolf, and it's the origin story of Snake Eyes. You got Storm Shadow kicking him out of a subway car. All right, pretty cool cover. Now this one's a key too. This is G.I. Joe number 29. This is the first Crimson Guard, I think. If anybody out there in the chat or in the comments, if I'm wrong, let me know. I got a lot of these on Whatnot, and I blow balled some bids on some auctions on eBay, and I lucked out. Sometimes you look at it's like playing the slot machines. If you just low ball and nobody says something, especially if the auction ends at like 3 in the morning or something, you might get lucky. Little pro tip there. Now I think this is the first Dreadnought. I'm not sure, but this is a 75 center. You can see how the prices. I remember when they went from 75 cents to $1. I was so pissed. He's got the Dreadnoughts on the cover. Great cover there. Great cover. I don't know the artist. Let's see here. I know Zach. This is a John Byrne cover. What the last one was. I bet you it doesn't have a name. But this one is John Byrne. I'll show you. If you can see that. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay. Anyway. Now we got this one. This is and guys in the comments, if any of these are keys, let me know. This is G.I. Joe 36. I know a lot of the keys, but I don't know all of them. And this is a great cover. This is an iconic cover, if you ask me. This is issue 38. You got Destro pointing a gun at Storm Shadow. I guess Storm Shadow decided he wasn't going to take none of Destro's crap no more. I don't know. Destro better watch out. The ninjas are pretty fast. Then we got G.I. Joe issue 39. That's a cool cover. I like that cover. That kind of reminds me of those old Jack Kirby Ward comics from the Silver Age, Golden Age, or Silver Age, I guess. All right. Then we got Roadblock looking awful ferocious on G.I. Joe issue 40. He is firing some rounds down range right there, isn't he? A big old gun, too. Now, this one's the first appearance of Scrap Iron, the Cobra villain. This is issue 43. That is a cool cover, too. That is one of my favorite G.I. Joe covers from the entire run. And the other thing you got to keep in mind about this G.I. Joe run was when it gets into the hundreds, in the late hundreds, because it goes to 155, went to 155. Sales went down in the mid early 90s on G.I. Joe, sadly. I think it was because of the toys look kind of stupid and flamboyant there at the end. That's just my opinion. They're all orange and like neon green crap like that. I didn't like that. I like the nitty gritty military type with the cool characters like this dude. Look at that. Not when they had like the orange tiger stripes and stuff. No, I didn't like that. Anyway, so then we got the first appearance of Lady J. Issue 44. I don't know, she's looking a little, there, look at that, the shirt's a little bit open there, you know what I'm saying? I had a crush on Lady J when I was a kid, I'm not going to lie. Alright, now, this one also in particular, if you watched my first video I did, and I showed some Todd McFarlane Amazing Spider-Man. And I told you I went to the newsstand and I bought that one from the 7-Eleven when I was a kid, in the 7th or 6th grade. This is another one I did that with. And this is not the original copy. This is issue 45. And I just love this cover. You got Ripcord here. He's on Cobra Island. Zartan sneaking up behind him, getting ready to drop him down with that compound bow, man. Better watch out, Ripcord. Oh, I got the kitty cat over here crying. I got my cat over, Tommy. I call him Thomas Magnum. He's over meowing, wanting out, but he's going to have to wait. Because you find people have come to watch me show comics off. Here we got G.I. Joe issue 46, and this is a newsstand copy. And it's got Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow teaming up. That's what I'm talking about. Does it get any better than that? Do you see why this got me into comic books? Look at this. Let's see find the artist on this. A lot of times back then, I hate that Marvel didn't have their, Now, this one is the first appearance of Beachhead. And I had this toy boat, and I had all 3 of these action figures too. Issue 47. That's pretty sweet, ain't it? All right. Now this one is a big one. This is a good one. This is issue 48, and this is the first appearance of Sergeant Slaughter. And see what's happened. This one is you saw the previous one when I showed you a Ripcord and Zartan behind him with the bow and arrow. Well, Zartan got the drop on him, knocked him out, and you know Zartan can take people's identities. So he turns the Ripcord heat and infiltrates the pit. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but Sergeant Slaughter is the one at the end of the issue that saves the day. Next one, this is the first buzzer, I think, for the Dreadnoughts. And this is issue 51. That's a good cover, too. I love the Dreadnoughts. They were some of my favorite toys. I guess they were kind of flamboyant, but I'm telling you, that Tiger Force stuff was trash. Oh, this is an iconic one. You know the Marvel 20th anniversary covers, right? Got the outline, the border on it. This is I don't know. You know what? This might be my favorite cover. This is issue 53 with Snake Eyes with his little Israeli Uzi. Now, isn't that one a pretty book? Look at that. I got that one on eBay, I think. Now we got Flint, and you got the Terrordrome in the bottom. I had that toy, and the little bat thing. Issue 54. Flint looks like he's in deep doo-doo. That's a direct copy. Now, this one, issue 60, and Todd McFarlane did the art for this one. And this is the only issue he ever did the art for because Larry Hama didn't like his style. He didn't like it the way he did it. He didn't like the way he drew it. He didn't like all the hatching and stuff they call it, you know, and this line work he'd do. And he said, I don't want that guy drawing this book. So that was the last issue he drew, but this is it. Issue 60. Got Chuckles there fighting, I think a guy's name is Zanzibar. Anybody in the comments knows, let me know if I'm right or wrong. Now this one's pretty cool. This is G.I. Joe in space, I guess. Issue 65. Remember the G.I. Joe space station or space shuttle? That's it in the background behind him. And he's getting shot at by another spaceship. We better hope that don't puncture his suit, y'all. I'm telling you. Doesn't look good for him either. You notice all this stuff, they're in peril, and they always get out of it usually, especially back then. Nowadays, you never know. The guys aren't safe at all. But if they die, they'll bring them back in a few months. Just ask Miss Marvel. You know, she died. Captain America's died. Wolverine's died. None of them stayed dead. The only one that really stayed dead for a long time was Gwen Stacy. And I guess you could say, Gwen Stacy's dad stayed dead the whole time. So, is anybody out there to chat in the comments? What character has been dead the longest in all comic books you can remember? I know Barry Allen was gone for a while, but this is a good one. Listen, you got Cobra Commander, Serpentor, and the Baroness, and they're at each other's throat. Looks like they're having a heated conversation. It looks like somebody may have ate the last burrito in the refrigerator. Who knows? I don't know what happened. Maybe it's a weird love triangle. I don't know how Cobra Commander could do anything in that big suit, but you know, whatever. Now this is you got Lady J knocking Flint out cold on this one. It's issue 67. A little domestic violence going on there or something. I don't know what's going on. Jeez. He must have said something. I don't know. Hope she didn't ask him if she looked fat in that suit or something. He got punched probably if he said yeah. But she doesn't. She's not fat. Lady J is an angel. So he probably deserved it. Then we got issue 68. A lot going on that cover, isn't there? See if I can see who's in this one. Wagner, and I can't read the last name, but Wagner. Anybody in the chat or let me know if you know who that character is. This is issue 80. Another pretty cool cover. And we got now this is a really good one. And in the little bottom box corner they got an American flag. This is issue 107. Got Stalker and Storm Shadow in his new costume or uniform. Or ninja costume, whatever you want to call it. Kind of lay over there, but you see it. It's pretty cool. Next one we got G.I. Joe 119. A lot of these in the hundreds are low print runs. Some of them are harder to find, especially in a good grade, I think. This is my opinion. You got this one. I think it may have originally been in a poly bag, but it's not anymore because it's got a nice little card. Although that guy looks like dollar store Cobra Commander or dollar store G.I. Joe. Look at him. That's a pretty bad costume, but you got a pretty cute little redhead there. I guess she's supposed to be Scarlet, but that looks like a cheap cosplay there. I don't know. It's a dollar store cosplay there. I don't know. This is issue 136. I think this one Scarlet infiltrated Cobra. They thought she betrayed the Joes. She went undercover. So then you got a letter that's just Iron Man 63 to 93. Now that's through the regular G.I. Joe run, but I also have a couple of special missions. I'm still working on this one. I've just started out collecting these. But this is G.I. Joe Special Missions issue 1. And this one was they'd go on a different little like black op or something, in it. You see, I'm blocking my face, but you see it. Pretty cool, right? Only if you like G.I. Joe. Then I got Special Missions 15. You got Snake Eyes on it. My favorite character. Probably Snake Eyes, followed closely by Storm Shadow. I also like Duke a lot too, Flint. Something about that beret was cool, but Scarlet. All right. Last one. We'll wrap it up. We got G.I. Joe Yearbook number 4. Rockmaster on it, I think is his name. All right. And we'll end with this. I don't have none about G.I. Joes anymore, but I'm hoping to collect some, but they're just so darn expensive now. They know Gen X is looking for them, and they're going to jack the price up. This was a little troop carrier you could get. I think you had a metal weight against. I don't know. I don't know how I managed to keep this whole time, but it's got like a little belt loop on the back. You can open it up and put 3 action figures and take them wherever you want. I used to take them on vacation with me when we'd go to Polly's Island or Florida or something. So you got that. And, well, I guess that's it for now. I really appreciate everybody that took the time out to watch this video. And if you took the time to watch all this video, then please take a few seconds and like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Smash it. And, this is going to be a long journey. I just started out, and I appreciate all the views I'm getting. Check out some of the community links I have. The Comic Geek community, shout out to all those guys. They're great dudes. And, well, I guess on that note, I guess I'm going to say goodbye for now, true believers. Oh, quick announcement, though. My local LCS is going to have a local artist that's doing a cover. I'll try to, I don't know if I can't find it. It's like an exclusive for my in-store. He's going to do remarks on Funkos and on the comics and sign them. And I think his name's Mark A. Smith. You could also find him. He's a member of my Facebook comic group called Heroes for Hire Comic Club, just like this channel is. And I'm going to go down there and I'm going to do some content there. And he's agreed to. I messaged him on Facebook and he agreed to. I could talk to him for about 5 or 10 minutes about how he got started in art and all that stuff. And so keep an eye out for that, and I'll show you what I got when I went to the comic store. Also, stay tuned for further episodes of this series called Origin Stories. I got a really good one coming up very soon, and it's kind of an emotional one, really. We'll laugh, we'll cry, we'll have fun. Who knows? And I'm also I got some other things in the works. I'm going to Cincinnati Comic Expo on October the 17th, 18th, and 19th. I might do a couple of shows from up there in Cincinnati. And I'll probably do some on my Whatnot stream. I do sell on Whatnot every Sundays at noon Eastern. Here, shameless plug alert. At noon Eastern every Sunday. It's called the Dollar Bin Extravaganza. I have steals and deals all day. So check that out. And I may, in the future, coming down the pike, do some live claim sales on here. If Lord willing and the creek don't rise, if my grandmother would say. So I guess that's about it. I guess I've covered everything. So until next time, true believers, Excelsior.